talking, testing. Okay, well it's 8:01. Let's get started. What we're going to cover today is testing, attendance policy, troubleshooting, if your link is broken, any plagiarism, your pacing guide, any problems with the platform you're using, how to see comments on writing assignments, and office hours. All right, so what we're going to do first is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you how to log in through the V portal. This will mark you as attended for the day. Okay, so I have up here the screen, click on V portal. You log in using your username and password, which you've been sent the information for that. I changed my password recently. Okay, mine looks a little bit different from yours. You gotta find this tile. A Volusia virtual tile. It's in one of those tabs. Yours will probably be up front. Okay, when you first log in, you've got any messages from the school. So here's a message from the principal. She's just basically telling you that virtual students are expected to work on Monday. And then attendance. Attendance will be recorded based on your daily logins. That doesn't mean you have to log in and work for an hour. It just means you need to log in, okay? And then you'll see all your courses underneath that. So we're going to go, I have the most people, the most students in my U.S. history course. So I'll find that one. I'll use this as an example. Okay, you can see my contact information is over to the right. And then right here under News Forum are things that you need to know. The big thing for U.S. history is there's an EOC test in April. Virtual students need to sign up with your testing coordinator. You can do that through your guidance counselor. Here's some links to review for the course, for the test. You can check those out. All tests, just chapter tests, need to be proctored. And that's a testing policy for all social studies courses. Tests need to be proctored. You contact me for specific instructions, and I will tell you how to do that. If you've already taken a test this semester, then you know how your tests get proctored. If you haven't taken a test yet, just send me an email or a text or call, and I'll let you know. Okay, a pacing guide. Every course has a pacing guide. If it doesn't, contact me. I will give you one. But every course should have a pacing guide under the pacing guide folder. And the way you use that is you can print it out. And it usually comes up, of course, if you're having problems. Okay, this is an example of the U.S. History Pacing Guide. All right, if you didn't start the course from the beginning and you want your own personal pacing guide, I can provide that for you. You just have to let me know. If you did start it from the beginning, then it gives you kind of an idea. This is where you should be by the end of week 1, end of week 2. I think we're coming on the end of week 9. So you should be well into modern U.S. and U.S. history. Often I tell new students, just do 10 activities a week and you'll be caught up. That means this is an activity, this is an activity, this is an activity, this is an activity. All of these lines are activities. They're not all graded, but they're activities. If you do 10 a week, you should be on pace to be done by December, December 18th, but that may give or take a few activities, okay? Plus any retakes you want to do. If you want to resubmit an assignment or whatever, that doesn't count that. So you always want to leave yourself a good 2-week cushion at the end of the course to redo any assignments. Okay, to go back to the beginning of your course, or the course landing page, as I call it, you can click on the name of the course. There's like a little trail up here. I think it's called a breadcrumb trail, and it'll just take you right back to the beginning. Now, this particular course links out to Odyssey, and you'll notice that down here. You can close that or open it, and then here's your link, and that clicks right to the Odyssey link where you will log in. Using your username, password, same username and password that you used to get into the vPortal, or by clicking on virtual. I'm sorry. You probably will need to change the school to virtual. It usually says Odyssey. You probably will need to type it in the first time. After you type it in the first time, it'll just appear. Okay. Tools and resources are down here. Anytime I ask you to do something technical, you might be asked to submit a picture to a forum, take a screenshot. You could create a YouTube account, upload a video to YouTube. Sometimes the assignments, you don't have to turn it in as a writing assignment. You can create a movie or a PowerPoint. You can't do that all the time, but I do allow for some creativity in the course. Just check with me, please. All right. Some of my courses are not in Odyssey. They're actually in this, they're created in this platform. We call this Moodle. But you'll notice there's important information. One of the courses is civics. That is not in Odyssey. There's an EOC in civics this year for 7th grade. That gives you information on that. And here's the tools and resources that will probably help you. Okay, so this one starts with Quarter 1, Unit 1. And then you just go through each lesson in order. Okay, and at the bottom there's a unit checklist. Okay, and when you're done with that unit, you go move on to Quarter 1, Unit 2. And you do that one in order. And at the end there's a unit checklist. So you can see everything you were supposed to turn in. You can also check out your grade book. And I can't go there now, but because it does have real students' grades, but it's under administration, which mine is docked. Docked means it's over to the side. When I hover over it, it comes up, and I can choose grades, and that will show me the grade book. Okay. Writing assignments. If you copy and paste from the internet, I usually can tell. Okay, I know what a high school student's writing is like, and I definitely know what a middle school student's writing is like. So don't be surprised if I call you and ask you to tell me more about the writing assignment. I need to know if it's your own words. Most of the time I can just Google a sentence and it tells me exactly where you got the assignment. That will just be given a 0, and you can have the opportunity to redo it in your own words. Anytime you use any sort of source outside of the course, then you need to cite the source at the bottom, just like a normal English paper. You put the sources at the bottom of the paper. If you don't know how to do that, please contact me. Most of the time, everything you need to know will be given to you in the writing assignment. There's occasionally where you have to do some outside research, depending on which course you're in. Okay. I always provide comments. Well, always, I should say usually. I provide comments on how you can do better on your writing assignment. So look for those. If you can't find those when I return your writing assignment graded, then please email me if you have questions, and I will find them and copy and paste them to you in an email. Through the pacing guide, platform. My office hours, my regular office hours are Thursday nights from 8 to 9. And then I am in the office from 8:30 until 4, Monday through Thursday. You can see right here on the course landing page. 8:30 to 3 on Fridays. You can see my contact information here. If you have any questions, all you have to do is email me or text me on my cell number. If a link is broken in the writing assignment, please email me and let me know, and I will either try to find a replacement link or I will give you directions on what to do because of the link being broken. Please check your email daily also. Or if I only have your parent email, please send me your email. It's really important that I have contact with my students, you be able to contact me. And it's not hard now. Most people have smartphones. It's not really hard to check your email every day. Attendance. We talked about attendance. To be marked as attended for the day, you need to log in to the V portal. And you can't just go straight to Odyssey. Some of you have learned a workaround where you go straight to Odyssey, and if your course is in Odyssey, you don't come through your course landing page, which is kind of like homeroom, where you're checking in to see if there are any new announcements. If you're doing that, you're just going to be marked absent. And I believe if you are 15 days absent, you can have your driver's license taken away and all sorts of negative things happen. So just log in through the V portal. If the V portal's down, that's another problem, and then you can email me about that. And most problems can be taken care of with a browser issue. It's usually a browser issue. One thing I've learned since I've been teaching virtual school is that I need 3 browsers. I need Internet Explorer, I need Google Chrome, and I need Mozilla Foxfire. I think that's what it's called. So I don't use that one very often because usually Google or Internet Explorer can take care of it. But I have 3 browsers on my computer just in case one program doesn't work with one browser. That's my first troubleshooting, is I try it in a different browser. If you have courses in Odyssey, you've discovered that Odyssey only works in Chrome this year. They made a change. So that takes care of that one. Chapter tests. I already talked about testing. Please contact me to see what your testing procedures are before you take a test. And that is all I needed to talk about today. If you have any questions, please contact me. And you know where my contact information is. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.